Hello everyone and welcome back to the Music Lounge. My name is Tatenda and I'm going to be your host for tonight's episode. Thank you so much for joining the Music Lounge. You know, the Music Lounge is all about giving glory to God in the different ways that and the different gifts and talents that He's entrusted us with regards to the music ministry. And so speaking of, I wanted to read a quote for you before we get into our episode for tonight. It's from the book Evangelism on page 498. And it says, "The human voice in singing is one of God's entrusted talents to be employed to His glory. The enemy of righteousness makes a great account of this talent in his service, and that which is the gift of God to be a blessing to souls is perverted, misapplied, and serves the purpose of Satan. This talent of voice is a blessing if consecrated to the Lord to serve His cause." So evidently, music is something that has a lot of power, a lot of influence, and it's something that we should use for good. And so it's also very inspiring and great that we have young people in the church who are using this talent for the glory of God. And so today, on our episode, I'm so excited for this guest, and I know you guys are going to be as well. Someone very dear to my heart, and I know that by the end of this episode as well, you guys are going to be feeling the same way. So without wasting much of your time, I'm going to let her introduce herself.
Thank you so much. I'm very happy to be here.
Mm-hmm.
My name is Nonto Mugwisi, and I'm 19. Just finished high school. I'm very excited about that. And yeah, that's really all there is to know.
Okay, great. Thank you so much for introducing yourself, Nonto. So because Nonto is young, we wanted to do something different for today's episode. A little bit of an icebreaker or something like that. But I hope you guys also enjoy it. So Nonto, your name, Nonto, right? Mm-hmm. Here's a challenge for you. Mm-hmm. I would like you to give us, for each letter of your name, one Adventist hymn that starts with the letter of your name. So let's do Nonto. Let's not do the full name. Let's do Nonto. But I'm going to be timing you, okay? So for each letter, you're supposed to get it right in 10 seconds.
Okay.
Yes, an Adventist hymn. It has to be an Adventist hymn.
Okay.
And I'm sure it can be any language as well. That's fine, as long as it's an Adventist hymn. I also hope I know them because I might forget. So 10 seconds.
Like Shona.
Yes, okay. Of course. Okay. So 10 seconds.
Okay.
10 seconds. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Okay, so start.
Okay, so for N, I have Nearer Still Nearer.
Okay.
And then O, O for That Flame.
Okay, yes.
The other N, I'm going to say in Ndebele, Ngikudingile Jesu.
Okay, which hymn is that one?
In English, it's I Need Thee, Precious Jesus.
Okay.
And then Chino.
T, yes.
Tis so sweet to trust in Jesus. And then the last O is what? I have no idea.
Okay.
Can I say it in Shona?
Yes.
Ovu Mindy.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool, great. Okay, awesome.
I think that was 10 seconds all in all.
Yeah. You know what? I think you're actually right. Yep. Great. You have a great knowledge of Adventist hymns. Praise God. Praise God.
I've been singing them for a long time.
You have. Hey. Okay. Oh, okay. Interesting. So when did your journey with music start? You know, if you do say you've been singing them for a long time, how did you start singing?
Okay. So I think music for me has always been something that I was introduced to from a very young age. I think even before I was born, my parents were already singing in Lighthouse.
Okay.
And so being born there and going to Lighthouse with them, I just always used to see them sing, and for me, it was something that I was amazed by, and I was like, oh, people can actually like sing like that. And I would watch some of the people who are now much older than me, but when they see me singing, they're like, who knew?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I always used to watch them sing, and I guess in primary school, that's when I got really introduced into singing because of school choirs and all of that. But then I wasn't really singing gospel. It was just, going for school competitions and singing with the choir. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So I guess from a very young age, I don't know when exactly, but very young.
Okay. And at school, okay, so I know a little bit about you. So I know you attended high school, Form 1 to Form 4, you were at an Adventist school, right? So did you sing in the choir then?
I did. And the story of how I got to sing in the choir is very funny.
Okay.
So I had a prayer sister. Her name was Tida.
Okay.
And she was in upper 6. So she's the one who said to me, I know you can sing. I've heard you singing before, because in her room we used to sing when we pray and everything. So she was like, I want you to come for the choir, of which in Form 1, I think people who go to Adventist schools will tell you that in Form 1, you don't get invited to the choir.
Okay.
You sing with the Pathfinder choir because you're still very young. And then the senior choir, I think, it should be church choir, is where you go when you're like Form 4, Form 3. So for her to call me, I was like, what?
Yeah.
Why would you call me here? So I then started singing with Mr. Rishwaya and everyone from Form 1.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And how was that experience for you? Like, was it scary?
At first it was scary, but you know, when you're the youngest and you're the baby of the group, they always make sure that, does she know? Is she okay? Is everything fine? So they just nurtured the talent and they were helping me. I mean, it's not like perfect now, but like, I think from there, they really took it and made me more inclined to gospel music.
Okay. And which parts did you sing then? Is it the same part you sing now?
No.
Okay.
I used to sing alto, and now currently I sing soprano.
Oh, okay. But I also think you're great in alto as well, because I've heard you sing before. So yeah, okay, cool. And so with high school, so post high school, now you're singing as well, right? Do you sing in any groups at the moment?
I do. I sing in a new group. It's called A Tune, and it's from Mount Pleasant. And it's just people who came together and they started singing. And like 4 or 5 weeks ago, that's when they called me and they said, we want you to come and sing with us too.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Okay. And are you someone who's interested in singing in a group, or do you think you prefer, being solo? What do you think is ideal for you?
I think both. And I think because in the group setting, it's more of like a learning experience for me. So when you're in a group setting, you learn more about like breathing, and you learn about things that you didn't even know. You learn about, you learn to like feel how, like you start to feel how you feel when you listen to that song, when you're singing it in front of people. So now singing by myself, that also now helps me, because before I then sing in front of people, I first listen to the song, I first understand what it means to me, and then I then go ahead with like singing, and it makes it a lot better. You learn a lot more voice control, so many other things that come with singing in a group setting that can teach you better skills to sing alone.
Okay, great. And you mentioned something about a prayer sister, right? When you were in high school. And so regarding music as well, with the ministry that you're getting into, is there anyone, or are there certain people who inspire you or who you look up to in the Adventist music space?
Yeah, I think is the most popular, Everton Mlalezi.
Okay.
Yeah, I really look up to him, because from the time when he was, younger, and he just used to sing with Lighthouse, and now he really ventured into like more music. And I think that music has spoken to almost everyone who's listened to it, can testify and say that that music has really inspired them. It has spoken to them in times where, maybe they may have been going through something hard, or just inspiring them to. There's certain songs that when you listen to them, you just become happy and you're like, oh, yeah. So I think he's someone that I really look up to in the music industry.
Great. That's the power of music. Music has the power to heal, it makes us feel joyful and all of those things. Okay. So you talked about how, your parents used to sing in Lighthouse and all of that. So, you come from a musical family, right? And so with you as well, with your journey with music so far, how has your family played a role in maybe encouraging you to continue singing, or just, I don't know, how has your family played a role for you as an aspiring musician? Or
Okay, I think with my mom really prays for me. Like every time I'm doing Sabbath school with a group, or when I'm singing, she's always there. She's always there to support. She even leaves her church. She comes to the church we'll be at, and she'll be praying for me. She'll be with me. And my dad also listens to me when I sing. He helps me with like making it better, and he's always sharing it with his friends, and he's always saying, Nonto is singing, you should come in here, you should listen. And even my siblings, at first it was weird for them to be like, Nonto's always singing. Why is she always singing and Holmes always making noise? But now with my siblings, we sing together sometimes and we just enjoy music a lot. We're always making noise at home all the time. We're always making noise with music, and mostly gospel music, because it's something that is important to us as a family.
Yeah. And it's great also that, your siblings are also, following in your footsteps as well, because, you're being a positive influence. And I think it's also great that as young as you are, you're already involving yourself in ministry, because these days there are a lot of people who are getting into so many different things, people your age, and, not even just outside the church, but even inside the church, people are bringing in all of these different types of music and all of that are contradictory to what God designed for us, So that then brings me to my next question, do you feel like, being, in this ministry has been challenging for you, because comparing yourself to your peers, you're the same age as you, I think some people may even be like, what exactly is Nonto? Like, is it even, she's maybe trying to be a pick-me or something like that, So has that been challenging for you so far?
And I think it's actually related to the song I sang for this. So when in lower 6, I transferred to a new school.
Okay.
And I went to Arundel, which is a much different setting, from being in an Adventist school. It was so different and it was so difficult. And I think that's what actually pulled me more. That's when I actually started singing by myself.
Oh, okay.
Because the first few weeks were so weird. When you're coming into a new setting, and people have already established their friendships, and people have already established, like, we like them, we don't like them, we talk to them, we don't. So now trying to infiltrate and just coming to try and make friends, most times I found myself sitting alone. And even when people would speak to me, when I was now by myself in my room, I started feeling really alone and really like, okay. So, especially in my form, I think we were like 2 Adventist girls. So now it's like, okay, there's 2 SDAs in this form. She's a day scholar. Maybe we're not even friends like that. So it was weird and it was hard. And that's when I actually started listening to. So with this song that I actually sang, that's when I started listening to it, because I think I went on YouTube one day when I was studying in my room. And then I saw a video by Steve D. Tindere, I think, and he was singing this song. And so I just used to listen to it all the time, and it related to me so well, because especially the words like Musandi Pure, like Tenzi, like it's like in a space where people would just pass by. You're the new girl, so it's like no one really cares. So it's like they just continue with their lives and they go on, and you just feel like no one really cares. Like you feel, especially if you're a boarder. So it's like that's where you spend most of your time. You just feel like you're alone. So for me, it was a cry, like, to go out and be like, God, I actually, please don't pass me by, because if you pass me by, I have nothing else. When I have no one else and I don't have you, then I have nothing at all. So I think that's when I really started to feel like I was alone by myself. But then with that coming into play, it's been a bit better, because obviously I have friends now. It's now better. But it's still weird, because it's like I'm singing songs for church and you're rapping on SoundCloud. It's like you don't really fit in, because that's not the type of things my age mates want to listen to. They don't listen to what I sing. They don't listen, most of them at least, don't listen to the things I sing. So obviously it's a bit weird, but there are always people who I guess God sends your way, who will encourage you in that aspect, and who actually still befriend you even in that kind of a setting.
Great. And I do hope that there are some people who are also Nonto's age who are listening. If you do want to get involved in ministry, don't let people's voices or people's comments, people's remarks discourage you, from doing work for God, because the time we have on this earth is very limited. We don't even know actually how much time we have. So, when you do have the talent, when you have the gift, use it for God's glory. Okay, so you did talk about your song, the song that you chose for today, right? So besides this experience that you've shared with us, is there any other reason why this song specifically speaks to you?
I guess that's the main reason for me. But also just that I think every single stanza of that song has a different like meaning for it to me. Like for the first one, it's really just talking about like pass me not. And then the second one is like, now you're literally asking God, like, this is like, you're the only person who can come and heal me. You're the only person who can help me. So I think every stanza for me has a different meaning that, especially throughout the last 2 years of my life, helped me in whatever it is that I was going through. I could always come back to this song and literally find like the answer I was looking for. So yeah, I think with this song, it's just taught me that with God, like God is literally everything. So he's everything for me. So without him, then I have nothing at all. Because even in the last stanza, I think in English it says, who have I on earth but thee, and who have I in heaven but thee? So it's like, even on earth, I mean, I have family, I have friends, but without God, I really am nothing.
True. Yeah. And so, okay, as we round off our episode for tonight, would you say that music, being involved in music and the music ministry has helped you as well, on your Christian journey so far? You've said a lot about how, in the situations that you've experienced and the challenges that you've experienced as well, this song always reminds you of the fact that, if God isn't there, then you are nothing, right? So has music actually helped you on your Christian journey so far, or your relationship with God?
I think it has. It really has. On my phone, I have like 8 hours of gospel music that I've saved, because I think especially because a lot of people have the musical talent and in the ministry of God, there's songs that speak to everything that you're going through. There's songs that talk about, just worshiping God and thanking him for who he is. There's songs that talk about whatever it is you're going through, it will be fine. There's songs that just talk about what a blessing it is to have everything that we have, even if we feel like it's not enough. So I think with music, I listen to music every single day. And I think that just helps me to keep a positive attitude towards life, that it's okay. Whatever it is, it's really going to be okay. Because I don't think, the same way with the Bible, there's always an answer for everything. Since with Christian music, that's where it's based, I just think there's always an answer for whatever it is that you're going through.
Wow. So much wisdom for such a young lady. So thank you so much, Nonto, for, taking the time to be on the Music Lounge. And I do pray that God continues to bless you. God continues to hold you, especially in ministry, and as you're starting off as well, finding your feet and all of that. I pray that, God continues to strengthen you and your family as well. Very supportive, very encouraging. So I also hope that they remain that way. And to our viewers, as usual, thank you so much for joining us for tonight's episode. I hope you've been blessed and uplifted and inspired if you're someone as young as Nonto who's looking to get into the music ministry. And so, if you want to be part of the Music Lounge, as usual, get in touch with the number that's appearing on your screen right now. And if you want to be part of the larger Music Lounge community, we have a WhatsApp group that we have, and the link is attached to this episode that is appearing on your screen right now. So thank you so much for joining us once again. I do hope you have a blessed Sabbath, and we'll see you guys next time.
Apo Say